A question I get asked all the time from local service businesses is, should I be using local service ads or Google Ads? And the answer isn't as simple as you might think. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to decide what's right for your business based on what really matters. I'll walk you through the key differences between local service ads and Google Ads and help you decide which one's a better fit for your business. So we'll break down which platform tends to get better leads, which one can save you more money, and whether it makes sense to run both at the same time. So first off, not all platforms are created equal, and the one that's better depends on how your business works, who you're trying to reach, and what kind of results you want. Trying to choose between running Google Ads or local service ads is kind of like trying to pick from a restaurant menu. Think of Google Ads as ordering a la carte. You get to pick every single ingredient, your keywords, your ad copy, your budget, your targeting, your copy, so you get a lot more control over what your ad says and who it is served to. Whereas local service ads is more like the chef's special. It's a lot more automated. You just tell Google what you do, where you're located, and they bring you the leads. But you don't necessarily control the recipe. So let's start off with, what are local service ads and how do they differ from the traditional Google Ads platform? So let's do a quick crash course. Local service ads are also called the Google Guarantee ads. So in order to be eligible to run the ads, you need to be in an industry that is eligible for them. You and your business need to go through a background check as well as submit a few documents to Google to be approved. Mainly your business licenses, personal liability insurance, and a few other things. Local service ads show up above Google Ads in the search results, both on desktop and mobile, whereas Google Ads show up underneath and can also show up in the map section, especially if you're using location extensions. So yes, local service ads can get you prime real estate right at the top of the page, which is what everyone is aiming for, but it's not guaranteed. The biggest difference between the two platforms is how you are built. So with local service ads, you are charged per lead. So you can have dozens of people clicking on your ad, but if they don't call you, then you're not charged. Whereas for the Google Ads platform, you pay per click, which means success depends a lot on the initial setup of your campaign. Now let's talk about lead quality and cost, because this is where things can really shift depending on your business. With local service ads, like I said, you pay per lead. That means you're only charged when somebody actually calls or messages you through the ad. But the lead quality can vary. Sometimes those leads are shared with a few other businesses, and not everyone who reaches out is super qualified. The good news is, if a lead is clearly bad, like someone calling for a service that you don't offer, you can dispute it and get credited that money. With Google Ads, you pay per click. So someone just clicking on your ad will cost you whether or not they end up becoming a lead. But you also get a lot more control. You can target specific keywords, control how much you're willing to spend per click, and send people exactly where you want them to go, like a landing page, a form, or your calendar. That means the traffic you do get tends to be more qualified, as long as your setup is dialed in. I've managed local service ads for a number of clients, and I found that it is really up and down with leads. Some clients get a lot of leads, whereas others didn't get any at all. So it is highly dependent on your location and your industry and how many others are running those local service ads in your area. The downside is that for those clients who didn't get leads, because you don't have control over the platform, there's not a ton you can do about it. I have also found that the leads coming through the local service ads were more expensive than leads coming through traditional Google Ads. So for a few of my clients, the cost per lead didn't make sense to continue with them, and so we pivoted to focusing solely on Google Ads. So the big question is, which one is right for you and your business? And I'd love to be able to give a straightforward answer, but there's a lot to consider when trying to decide between the two platforms. Each platform has their pros and cons, and there's no single right answer. So if you're looking for something simple where you don't have to manage keywords, write your ad copy, or constantly tweak the settings, local service ads might be a better fit to start with. They work best for businesses in qualifying categories like plumbing, HVAC, or home services. And you'll want to have strong reviews and be quick to respond, because that helps you show up more often. And if your goal is to get phone calls or messages, not clicks to your site, local service ads keeps things really straightforward in that way. But on the other hand, Google Ads gives you way more control. So you choose who sees your ad, what they see, where you send them, and how much you're willing to pay per click. So if you're promoting services in more than one area, or if you want to direct people to a landing page or a booking system, or if you have more than one service that you want to promote, or if your business isn't eligible for local service ads, then Google Ads gives you that flexibility to make it work. And honestly, if you've got the budget to run both, that can be a really smart move. You can show up in multiple spots on the search results page, reach more people, and get a ton of data to figure out what's working best. So I've seen clients dominate the page this way, and when done right, it can really help with your lead generation. So now you know the difference between local service ads and Google Ads, and hopefully you have a better sense of which one fits your business the best. But what if you're already running ads and you're still not getting leads? Then you need to check out this video next. I'll walk you through the most common issues that kill your results with Google Ads and exactly how to fix them step by step.